Hey everyone, I'm here in Kolawan today, and the sun is setting behind us. It's the third day of Chinese New Year, the year of the ox, and I wanted to share some of the sort of Chinese New Year traditions that I've seen in my time out here now. So some of the stuff is actually done before Chinese New Year, and some of them are done after. So for example, one of the things that I mentioned was that before the year ends, you have to go back to the temple and you need to give thanks for the blessings that you receive. So if you ask for a specific God for either money or love or health, then you need to go back to that God and say, thank you for the blessings I received throughout the year. So that's a big one. And then some of the other ones that I've noticed are people will actually clean or declutter their homes. That's also really seems to be very important. People get a haircut. So those are things that are done sort of pre-Chinese New Year in preparation. People will have dinner with their families, those sort of things. And then after Chinese New Year, that's when sort of the fun stuff, if you will, starts to happen. So by fun stuff, I mean, traditionally, a lot of people will go to the casino and gamble. And particularly in Macau, because a lot of people are actually limited from going into the casino, they'll take this opportunity to actually go into the casino and gamble. And I think it's almost like culturally, it's part of the culture that you need to go and gamble and test what your luck is going to be for the upcoming year. So for example, in the video I posted about the Ama temple, there was a lot of people that were like throwing the coins into the pond to get it into the little bowl, particularly like children and things like that. So you could see that as a form of gambling. But people will also obviously go to the casino and they'll gamble to test their luck and see what the new year has to bring for them. So it's sort of ingrained in the culture, which I thought was rather interesting. Some of the more interesting traditions are like you don't wash your hair on the first day of Chinese New Year. And the reason for that is that you don't want to wash away your luck. If that makes sense. So they believe that by washing your hair, you're actually washing away the luck for the new year. I'm sure there's more to that, and I'm sure I'll find out more about it, but that's just something that if you ask anybody who's celebrating Chinese New Year, that's how you don't wash your hair on the first day. Also, I've been told you don't buy shoes, particularly because of the way that the word shoe is. I think it sounds like something negative. So you don't buy shoes during Chinese New Year. And that's quite interesting. So I'm sure shoe sales drop, or maybe they're closed. I'm not sure. One of the other things is people usually light fireworks during Chinese New Year. And when I first got here, I didn't really understand because the fireworks seemed a little bit different than I would expect in the U.S. In the U.S., the fireworks are all about a show, and the more colors, the more noise, the more light, the better. Here, it really seems to be more about the noise. So there's like a lot. One of the most popular fireworks that I've seen here is like this long chain of these little fireworks, and all they do is pop and make this popping and popping sound. And there can be hundreds of these all lined up together. Just continuously popping. But the purpose of the fireworks, I learned over time, is to actually scare away they'll call them the ghosts, but scare away the evil spirit, if you will, from coming into the new year. So there's a lot of tradition and a little bit of like, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Superstition around that. In terms of keeping the bad spirits from coming with you into the new year, which I've always sort of thought is kind of interesting. One of the other things is I'm not wearing as red as I have been the last couple days. I'm worried that people on YouTube are going to think that I only own one red shirt and I keep wearing it over and over again. But no. But anyways, the point is to wear red during Chinese New Year, particularly when you are out and gambling. Apparently that's supposed to bring you quite a bit of good luck. But for me specifically, I have not gambled this year. And the reason for that is because to get into the casinos, you actually need to do an NAT test. And not only do I have very little interest in actually gambling, but I don't really want to get the NAT test if I don't have to. And for something like going to the casino and gambling, it's just not something that I'm willing to do. So those are the majority of the traditions that are observed during Chinese New Year. That if you come to China, you may see a lot of people wearing red. If you go to a temple, you'll obviously see a lot of people there. Now, the thing about the temples that I have not really delved into a lot is that there is a lot of different gods. There seems to be a god for almost everything. The one that I know the most is called Choi Sang-ye, because he is the god of money. And working in finance, there's a little bit of a relationship there, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to share some of these traditions that I've noticed over time being out here. And one of the ones that's also coming up, and maybe I'll be able to make a short video about that also, is the red pocket tradition, which is actually like a gift giving, but it's actually monetary. So what I mean by that is, let me see if I can pull, if I have one with me here. Cool, red pocket. Okay, so they have these envelopes. They're actually envelopes, but they call them pockets here. And you fill these with money, and particularly they need to be filled with brand new banknotes. Now, the reason that I'm carrying these around is because you don't really know who you're going to run into. So what I mean by that is, like, the door people in our apartment, we'll usually give them some money, but particularly the people that I'm give money to are going to be people from work. And I'll probably make another video about that, because there's a lot of rules around giving the red pocket, and it took me a really long time to figure out, you know, when I needed to give it and when I didn't, because it's really explained to me as people that are married traditionally give red pockets, but also people that it's like a hierarchical based, so it takes a little bit to understand. Anyways, not to make this video too long, but I wanted to share a lot of these sort of traditions and customs that are observed during Chinese New Year. And it appears that I'm being engulfed by the incense that is happening below me, because I'm actually sitting on top of a temple, which I don't really understand how that works. This is the only temple I've ever been able to find where actually I can go to the roof of it and sit. Because it's like, for example, you can see above me, that is actually the temple roof. And over here, that is where the temple stuff is happening. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like and subscribe if you did. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.